Hey everyone, the topic of this video is subtle changes, and what I'm talking about is making small implementations in a routine that over time will produce some desired results. Sometimes the ones that you had intended, and sometimes just pleasant surprises in terms of the results. And most of the results from subtle changes that I'm talking about here are positive results. One example I'd like to talk about is the way that I've been doing the workout programming the last few months. And that was the original design was to do the big 3 lifts, 3 sets of 5 reps on one day of the week, and then later on, about 2 or 3 days later, repeat again the big 3 lifts, 3 sets of 5. Now, I had been doing a lot of squatting and benching and deadlifting before this implementation, this subtle implementation, but I did them on separate days. One squat day, one bench day, one deadlift day, one overhead press day, and the rep ranges went anywhere from 3 sets of 5, 5 sets of 3, 5 reps, 3 reps, 2 reps, 2 reps, 2 reps, in that type of pyramid scheme. Even going so far as to build volume by doing as much as 4 sets of 7, for a total of 28 reps total on each of the primary lifts. But the way I've been doing it now, 3 sets of 5, and starting with a low weight in the beginning and then gradually adding 5 pounds every week, it just didn't really sink in till the last month that I was subtly accumulating volume through this subtle change. And that was because the first day of training is 3 sets of 5, so that is a total of 15 total reps on those movement squats and the others. But because of the second day, that's another 15 reps, 3 sets of 5 on the same movement. So that's a total of 30 reps of squat volume, deadlift volume, etc. And that's been pretty good in terms of getting used to squatting and deadlifting more, being able to, because I've been subtly implementing the extra volume and then also subtly increasing the weight 5 pounds every week. I've been slightly building strength, but more so building I like to think of it as work capacity, and preparing myself so that eventually down the line, when I would try to tailor my training towards heavier lifting to get stronger, I'd have a decent base. And this is at the same time while gaining body weight and trying to increase strength. So this subtle implementation of this extra volume, it's been a pleasant surprise. The other day I was doing deadlifts, and it was a weight 275 pounds that I had done several times before. But for this particular time that I was doing it, 3 sets of 5, the weight was moving really well, and I'd like to think it was going pretty fast, and it felt smooth. It was almost effortless, and I had to credit that to the subtle implementation that I've been doing, the subtle changes I made. Deadlifting twice a week, 3 sets of 5, accumulating volume, increasing 5 pounds every week. It's been really helpful, and I'm sure it's going to be a boost for the strength gains down the road. Some other subtle subtle changes include trying to get more sleep a night, get more sleep every night. 7 to 8 hours is the average for me, and then whenever I get less than 8 hours of sleep, sometimes that can be a contributing factor in a lower, I'd say lower, a worser mood, I'd say, in the morning. But when I sleep more than 8 hours, the mood improves quite a bit, and that's become apparent to me over the last few weeks when I've been making a stronger effort at getting 8.5 to sometimes even 9 hours of sleep a night. Just that subtle change, extra half hour here or there. Sometimes it's only 15 minutes more than 8 hours, sometimes it's half an hour more, sometimes it's a whole hour more than 8 hours of sleep a night. And those subtle changes can do wonders for the mood the next morning, feeling either you're feeling great in the morning or you're feeling horrible. And that's just from modifying the amount of sleep. One other subtle change is in this, I call it a bulking period, a weight gain period, a lean mass phase. I've been doing the same breakfast and lunch pretty much every day for most days of the week. Breakfast, 1 banana. Lunch, 1 packet of oatmeal. One yogurt cup, the one that's already, prepackaged in the store, a yogurt cup, and a fiber bar. And after that, the third meal of the day, dinner, is protein shake and a serving of cottage cheese and whatever flexible dieting, whatever I choose to, and however much I choose to eat the rest of the way. And doing this consistency in breakfast, lunch, and part of dinner, and flexibility at the end of dinner, it's helped me feel like everything's pretty regular, a kind of homeostasis, if you will. And that's just from that subtle change in the diet. And for the most part, the weight gain has been consistent. It hasn't gone up so fast and so much in a short period of time. And it's just been either like a half pound here, or maybe 2 pounds at the 2 or 3 pounds of weight gain from day-to-day changes. But the trend is it's steadily increasing, and that's from the subtle change with the diet. So basically, implementing subtle modifications, subtle implementations, subtle changes in your routine here and there where they're barely noticeable unless you're looking really close at them, like from a surface, a superficial view. It's so subtle, but over the long term, and when everything's added up, these subtle changes can bring about improvements in so many aspects of a person's life. And that's kind of the topic that I was just touching over today during the clips of the training session. Thanks for watching.